Whitesnake, and it's their song "Still of the Night."
Oh man!
Not to be confused. No.
Oh,
It's not to be confused with "In the Still of the Night," which is the 1956 track by Fred Paris and the Five Satins.
Oh, that's a good one.
This song is filthy. Instead of
hang on one sec. Hey guys, put autoplay on the keyboard too.
Yeah. Not with it. Not with it. If Pope doesn't start getting with the autoplay thing, okay. I think we have an extra co-host who might get behind the wheels. You know, maybe
all of those opposable.
Maybe Dust Bob Wendy could do a better job. Come on.
Oh snap.
So yeah, Whitesnake is they were a British rock band. They formed in 1978 out of the breakup of Deep Purple.
Crazy.
So it's David Coverdale of Deep Purple. This is from their 7th album, which was called Whitesnake. And so David Coverdale, he also released a 1976 album that was also called Whitesnake. So he actually has released 2 albums called Whitesnake.
Were they consecutive or were they?
No. Well, I mean, his solo project was called Whitesnake, and then he was like, guess I'll make it a band.
Oh.
And then, yeah, so it's a little confusing, their discography. This album sold over 8 million copies in the US alone. Nice. It was huge. The song was inspired by David Coverdale found a demo that he'd made with Richie Blackmore, also of Deep Purple, like way back, probably before Deep Purple days or early Deep Purple days. And he found a demo in his mom's attic. And he was listening to it and he was like, this is awful. I'm gonna rearrange this. But it's like a fun song. I'm gonna rearrange this. And yeah, he rearranged it. It became this
cool, man.
this track. He added a little blues to it. Dude. Yeah, it's very driving.
It's really, really fun. And you get to play it on like all the instruments, which is really cool. So.
And it has 3-part harmonies, yeah?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So also, if you remember the video for it, it also features
Tawny Kitaen.
Tawny Kitaen.
Every time.
Every time. David Coverdale's future wife, Tawny Kitaen.
Future ex-wife.
And future ex-wife. One came first, then quickly followed by the other. But yes, but it also features Tawny Kitaen. So I remember that video.
This whole sequence, dude, where it's got this like breakdown, is just like a series of like mist machines. And
this is where this is the part in the song where David Coverdale would get his hair blown out.
Yeah, that's great.
Definitely smoke machines.
It's got that like super chorusy keys pad going. It's really nice.
So I was laughing. I'm not the. I liked this album a lot when I was a kid, mainly because it was so like, oh my god, burgeoning sexuality. You know, the Tawny Kitaen video over Here I Go Again. Everybody my age has it memorized. But
this is the part where she's on the white car. This is the part where she's on the black car.
Okay, here we go. I figured when I was reading through the list of Whitesnake albums, all I could think of was that they have titles for their albums kind of like Spinal Tap, right? So their first album is Trouble, and then their second album is Love Hunter, then Ready and Willing, then Come and Get It, then Saints and Sinners, then of course Slide It In.
Subtle.
Followed by this album, Whitesnake, then Slip of the Tongue, and then after that they're not quite as dirty anymore. But I was like Love Hunter, Come and Get It, Slip It In. Those are so like titles that were not used by Spinal Tap when they were too busy making Shark Sandwich. Smell the glove. Smell the glove.
I would like to touch on...
This is a fun song.
It really is. It's a ton of fun. Sort of like lots of variety in the keyboard part. An awesome riff on guitar and like super ripping vocals. David Coverdale does not mess around.
Well, it's weird. It's weird because I think people remember David Coverdale more for like his hair and everything and sort of like that. But the thing is, he was in Deep Purple. It's not like these guys didn't have chops. Yeah. They had chops. They knew how. I mean, they made more accessible rock than I think Deep Purple did, probably, or more mainstream. But they could play their instruments. It's still fun. It's very fun. But yeah, it's always a little dirty.
It does.
pretty much like all of their songs.
Yes. I am all their album artwork.
And all their album artwork, which I'm sure you have seen behind us at some point.
Oh, God.
I'm hoping.
Maybe it's time to bring
up just to maybe cover up a few parts. What do you think? Can you cover up wherever that snake is going? Dust mop, Wendy. Oh, that looks very uncomfortable. That is not a place where a snake should go. It looks uncomfortable. I made a joke earlier, like back of Volkswagen. Yeah, this is Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to sleep. See, goodbye.
She's really dirty.
No, oh my God, you seriously made your own dad's joke.
Sorry.
It's like incredible. So yeah, this is a song I wasn't as familiar with from this album, even though I had this album. It was great. It wasn't one I was as familiar with, but it has a sort of, it's probably something closer to in a lot of ways, a lot of the driving part of it. A little bit closer to Deep Purple itself. Yeah. It has that sort of like 70s driving, sort of aggressive
It is.
rock.
It's
fun.
aggressive, but it's got a lot of that sort of like super, super tight harmony kind of stuff. Harmony 3 doesn't come in until like right here at the end too, which is just that repeated part, but it's really fun. This bass solo is like ridiculous. It's really, really fun. You guys familiar with that term?
Ridiculonk?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's a Juggalolo term, right?
Yes.
Juggalugga YOLO. That's what it was.
Juggalugga YOLO.
Juggalugga YOLO. Ridiculonk. Yeah, this has actually been a good several weeks for bass.
Yeah.
We've actually had a bunch of bass tracks for a couple of months now. We've had like a few things with like